Now, Dior Johnson has dropped even more clues and more gems as to where he will be going after high school. Many people are very curious as to where he will go because he has made so many critical moves in his career that have caught a lot of fans off guard. Now continue to watch this video throughout its entirety to find out where Dior will be going to school. Now, first and foremost, Dior, of course, has been around a lot of different schools, and he really got his name in a unique way that a lot of people really don't know. And even a lot of you guys were commenting on my other video and let me know where you thought he really got all of his clout from. Now, of course, he's from the Syracuse, Kingston area in New York. He actually got a name from his high school and played EYBL and did a whole lot of work on the EYBL circuit. Now, he actually ended up playing with Jalen Green in the EYBL circuit, and of course, that's going to get you a lot of eyes. Whenever you're playing EYBL and you're doing very well, you're going to get eyes. Jalen Green, of course, is one of the best players in the country, regardless of age at this point. And of course, he's in the G League right now, but Dior really worked his way up the ranks, and he really made a name for himself because look at his height. Dior is probably not taller than around 6'2", and the things he's doing on the court are ridiculous for a guard his height. When he's driving to the hoop or dribbling the ball or shooting, there's really not too many people who could guard him, and he's such a high level IQ guard. That's what really makes him stand out from the rest. Now, after playing this EYBL a little bit later on, he actually was invited to play on Bronny's AAU team Strive for Greatness, and his name really took off after that. Now, of course, whenever you're around Bronny James, you're gonna get some type of clout, you're gonna get some type of notoriety, and people are gonna see what you're doing on the court. Now, at the end of the day, he seized that opportunity when Bronny invited him to play, and man, he was a bucket. He showed out what he could do on the court, and like I keep saying, especially at that height, being less than, he's maybe 6'2" at this point, being that height or shorter than that and still giving buckets to anyone you're playing against on those teams. And of course, if you're on Bronny's team, you're playing against high level competition, that's no doubt. And he really went out there and did his thing, and they had a number of really excellent players on that team. Now, in addition to this, Dior has attended a bunch of high schools, and he's even played on a number of EYBL teams too. It seems like he's going where the opportunities are the best for him. And he's been at a number of different high schools. Some of these include the Syracuse, where he's originally from, Mayfair High School, where he actually played with Joshua Christopher, who plays for Arizona State right now. Even at one point, he actually was going to go to IMG Academy, and he was in the layup lines before he actually ended up getting injured, hurting his foot, and he ended up leaving that school. And he's also at one point was at Oak Hill just a few months ago, but after he actually occurred a stress fracture in his foot, and this made him leave the school, and he's actually at Centennial High School now. But he's definitely moved around to a lot of places, and this is for sure a foreshadowing onto where Dior is going to go after high school. This couldn't be more clear, but I will get into that as the video progresses. Now, moving around from team to team really gave Dior a solid foundation where he can show off his skills to a number of different coaches and talent across the country. He's really someone who's very mobile and looks for the best opportunity, clearly, and that's what he's been doing. And now he actually just recently decommitted from Syracuse, as many of you guys know. Now, this move was very surprising to a lot of fans because they were wondering, why would Dior decommit from Syracuse? One, it's such an excellent program that creates a lot of NBA players, and they do have a winning record with an excellent coach. In addition to this, Dior had been committed to Syracuse for a while now. He committed pretty early because he's not even a junior yet. Now, in a previous video, I had pointed to the fact that Dior may actually end up going to Louisville. And I had said this because he had most recently posted a picture on his story, and it was a picture of a shoe that had Louisville on it. Now, of course, this is grabbing at strings, I'm going to be honest here, but why would Dior be putting this on his story if he didn't have any intention, or at least they didn't have any interest in offering him or trying to get him to go to their school? Of course, he's one of the best guards in the country for his class, and Louisville is an excellent program. Although they don't have their prior coach, they are still a good team, and of course, Dior is gonna flourish at pretty much whatever school he goes to. He's just one of those players that really has a lot of grit to him and is going to do well at whatever program he attends. Now, most recently on Instagram, Dior has actually been training with Chris Brickley, and if you guys don't know, this is an NBA trainer who's trained with a number of different NBA players such as Melo. He actually had J. Cole in there. He's had a number of different players in there, but Dior was putting in a ton of work with Chris Brickley, and he's also worked with people like Jelly Fam. So anyone across the basketball board he has worked with, and is an excellent trainer. But actually, most recently, when they were working together, I actually took a look at Chris Brickley's bio. And if you guys don't know, on his Instagram, it actually says he was a former Louisville guard. Now, isn't that interesting that we had just mentioned that Dior may end up going to Louisville, but Chris Brickley is a Louisville guard? And of course, if Dior is interested in the program at all, I'm sure Chris Brickley would talk to him about going to Louisville and maybe attending there. Although this may be grabbing at strings as well, it's very interesting how Chris Brickley did attend Louisville to play basketball there, and now Dior is training with him. Maybe that's foreshadowing, and maybe that's a sign that Dior may end up going to Louisville. Now, on the other hand, Dior may end up not going to college at all, and I think this is a very possible reality, because why would Dior decommit from this school he's been committed to all this time? There's really a few possibilities, but one of the main reasons this may be is because, of course, the NBA G League. I think you guys know this by now. This is one of the best opportunities for high-level recruits, and this might be what Dior is going after. Now, although there are a lot of signs pointing towards the fact that he might go to Louisville, at this point, Dior has gone from school to school, which makes me think that he wants to go and get the best opportunity possible for him at whatever point that is. He's not afraid to go to different places that not a lot of people have gone before, and the NBA G League is exactly what that represents. Now, of course, the G League has been a route that not too many people have taken. Jalen Green and his class were really the first people to really try to go this route and go on this training team and then see how it is, and it seems like it's working pretty well for them. I'm sure they're in front of a lot of NBA scouts, and they're going to have an excellent chance of being drafted because they're working with the NBA and they're preparing with NBA coaches and training with a lot of guys who've already been around the NBA game so that they can prepare and make sure that they eat on the court and that they do excellent when they go in the NBA and make sure that they get drafted. In addition, making sure that they stay on an NBA team and not just are there for a little bit or struggle, but making sure that they're prepared throughout their entire game. Now, I think this is going to be a perfect place for Dior because at the end of the day, he is one of those players that's not afraid to take risks and move from school to school because he is such an excellent player. Like I said before, he can really play with the best of the best guards in the country, and that's why I think these two options are the options for Dior. Either go to Louisville, which it seems because there's so many hints at Louisville, or end up going the G League route. Now, I want you guys to let me know, where do you think Dior Johnson is going to end up going? Do you think he's going the G League route, Louisville, or a completely different route? Let me know. Make sure you guys like this video if you enjoyed the content that I put out and if I brought any value to you guys. Subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications to get a new notification every time I upload a new video. And make sure to leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. All right, it's LNH and I'm out.